Hi, I apologies that it's late. I got home from work really late today and I realized I didn't post the video yesterday. I forgot I went today. So a short summary for my artifact for today. So I watched the video on Trump getting evicted from the White House. And so it starts off with like Trump talking to the people who voted for him. He calls them fellow Americans, and he says things like, "Oh, I will never concede," which that's something we know that he said after the 2020 election. He is kicked out from the White House, and so in the video he has no money, and there's like a little interview from Melania Trump or whatever. There's a quick second where the viewers learn that Jill Stein is taking the oath of office, and if you know who that is, if you remember, she ran for president back in 2016 for the Green Party. So it was Hillary and her, and so it was Hillary, Jill Stein, and Trump in the 2016 presidential election. And fun fact about me, I was not able to vote in 2016. Would anyone like to guess why? Let me know. Write it in the discussion post. So for the first question, do these two presidential artifacts qualify as satire? So I'm going to start with the Trump piece. I would say that yes, it is a satirical piece. If this was a literature class, I think I would say that this piece is like a little foreshadowing type of stuff. I think let me see. I think this video was from 2017. It's on YouTube. He does in fact say that the Electoral College loves him and he won the votes. In the video, it also mentions Jeff Bezos saying that he bought the Trump Tower for pennies or something like that. And I think it's funny because Jeff Bezos, that is something he's done. He has bought companies like Whole Foods and stuff. I also found it ironic that in the timestamp that it has Trump cleaning out the White House, it has September 11, 2021. So the 20th anniversary of 9/11. For the next piece, for the Artemis Ward article, I think it's also satire. Because I think it's because of the accents that are used, the way it is typed, the way the essay is typed, it makes it seem like the person is uneducated, and it talks about the corn, and it talks about fields, I think. So if it just makes it seem like it's like a uneducated person. For the next question, do both presidential artifacts reflect respect? I personally don't think that the Trump video shows respect for the office, but I may be biased because I don't think that Trump showed respect for the office. And the character that plays him in the video, Anthony, he's playing a real guy, like he's not playing a made-up character, and I think the way he depicts him his portrayal is very accurate of Trump. I think it's also funny that it's a reality show because Trump was in and owned reality TV shows. So I think the Ward piece does show respect for the office and for the president, but I also don't know if I'm being biased here, and I feel like learning history in America, you kind of learn about Lincoln. He's portrayed as someone who's remembered as important and as a very well-respected president. I also think that maybe like while he was in office, he wasn't as respected as he is now, just because of like historical just stuff that was happening in the 1860s when he was running for president. And obviously, not everyone respected him, considering that he was assassinated. Towards the end of Ward's essay, he says, "I wish you well," to the president as the characters are saying goodbye to each other. He says, "I wish you well," and I just don't think that's something that you would tell a president unless you respected him. So I think Ward did a good portrayal of that. So for the last question, I was having a hard time coming up with an answer for this question, just because I feel like specifically for the first my artifact for the Trump video, I don't think it's far off from how the public views Trump, and I think that I don't know, you know, it's like the chicken and the egg, which came first. So I don't know, like, people started making all these impressions of Trump, but like, he is also, the way his character is, Trump is the same way that is portrayed in this video. So I don't know, like, I don't think the video has any impact on how the public views him, because I just think Trump did that on his own. I think the public just views him like that anyways. And for the ward piece, I think it makes it seem like Lincoln was a nice guy that you could easily talk to. Like, if he is, you know, seeking an orifice, he says, you know, one of the orifice seekers. He seems like he just happened to see this guy out and about, and, you know, they had a whole conversation, and at the end they exchanged pictures so they could remember each other from him in the state and the other one selling his crops for 15 cents or whatever in the showbiz admittance. So I think yeah, for my question, I would like to know, what is your, I don't think it's not much attached to the presidential humor part, but it is attached on presidential stuff. What is your thought on like immigrants or people who have a non-legal status voting in a presidential election? Because I know that's not technically allowed. Like, in order to vote in a presidential election, you have to be a citizen. But I just want to know, like, what is your opinion on that? Like, I know that's a very controversial topic because of the legal statuses of many people, and just everything going on right now in Florida and stuff. But you know, yeah,